Hello children, see most of the part we have completed with the grammar. Now we will be moving to the last part of the grammar. Children, see we have learned about the sentences. What is the sentence? Sentence is a group of words which makes complete sense, and in that also we know there are assertive sentence, then interrogative sentence, exclamative sentence, negative sentence. So today we are going to study about one lesson, that is negative sentence. Now first I want to tell you, I will write some examples, then you will come to know what is negative sentence, and these lessons, they are very easy to understand. Negative sentence. Now what is a negative sentence? Negative sentence is here. If I write I am not wearing that dress, I am not wearing that dress, or if I take one more, she has no money, she has no money. If you see in both the sentences, I have used some words, that is not or no. What they express? They express the negative thing in front of you, that they do not like it. I am not wearing that dress, means what that person is telling, that I am not wearing that dress. She has no money, a negative thing is expressed in front of you. So all these sentences, they express something which is negative. Those sentences, they are called as negative sentences. The sentences which express the negative things, they are called as negative sentences. And while writing the negative sentences, we use the words like no, not, then nothing. We use these words, nothing, or we can say never. These are some of the negative words which we used to write in the negative sentence, that is no, not, nothing, or never. Then let us learn how to make a negative sentence. Now we will be learning how we are going to make a negative sentence, because children, always the sentences are not in negative only, or they are not only positive. See, when sentences have different forms of the verb be. Now you know children, be form of verbs are am, is, was, were, and are. So when the sentences have different forms of the verb be, we put not after different forms of the verb be, such as am, is, was, and were. If the be form of verb is there, like am, is, was, were, or are, that time we use the word, negative word, that is not. We use the word not for this. Okay, I am not, or I am sorry, he is not honest, then she was not at home, then I am not his classmate, or we can say they are not coming to school, they were not in the class. Means if you want to write negative sentence by using not word, we use for this be form of verbs. If the be form of verbs are there, am, is, was, were, are, if these verbs are there in the sentence, we use the negative word, that is not, for the be form of verbs. This is one thing. Second thing is what? In case of will be or shall be, if we are using will be or shall be, that time we are going to use the word, that is not. That time also we are going to use the word not. They have given he will not be present on the occasion, or we shall not go to the picnic. So these two things you have to remember. Not word when we are going to use, when it is be form of verb, that is am, is, was, were, are. And also when we are using the verbs like will be or shall be, that time also we will be using, we use not word, negative word, for writing the negative sentences. Also children, we know we use the short forms also, like is not. For is not, what is the short form? Isn't. Okay, this apostrophe, it indicates like oh, isn't. Then was not, wasn't, wasn't. So these are the short forms like I am not, will not, won't, then shall not, shan't. These are the short forms of the of these verbs. Then when sentences have different forms of the verb have, this is the second case. If we are using the verb have, if we are using the verb have, that time we are going to use the word no. If we are going to use the verb have, we are going to use the verb no. I have no pencil, or she has no pencil, they had no pencil. Means if you are using have, has or had, we are going to use the word negative word, that is no. I have no pencil, she has no pencil, or they had no pencil. So this is one case. These are the three rules. These sentences can also be written with the help of does not, do not, or did not. I do not have any pencil. She does not have any pencil, or they did not have any pencil. So these here no we have used. Then we have to, sometimes what happens, we use do not, does not, or did not also for the writing the sentences. Then when the verbs consist of more than one word in sentences, we put not after the first word. Also what we do, see, when the verbs consist of more than one word in the sentence. For example, if we write like this, Anant is studying. This is positive sentence. Now I want to make it negative. What it is told, when the verbs consist of more than one word in sentence. Now here how it is written, Anant is, if you want to write negative sentence, Anant is not studying. Okay, Anant is not studying means see what just now what they have told, that verbs consist of more than one word in a sentence. This is also is, then not and studying. So verbs which consist of more than one word in the sentence. Is also there, we have used not, and we have used the other verb that is studying. So here also we use the verb, the word that is not. Rewrite the sentences in negative form. Meena has a mobile phone. How you are going to write? Meena has no mobile phone. Meena has no mobile phone. Then Rashmi was playing in the piano. Rashmi was not playing the piano. Rashmi was not playing the piano. Then I am feeling hungry. I am not feeling hungry. They are feeling tired. They are not feeling tired. In this way, you will be writing in the negative form. When the now next rule we will be seeing, when the verbs is in the simple present tense. If the verb is in the simple present tense, many cases, many rules are there, children. You have to practice it, then only you will understand the rules, the cases when you go through it daily. See, when the verbs is in the simple present tense, that time we use do not or does not. For example, if I write like this, Reema likes chocolates. Reema likes chocolates. Now I want to write this sentence into negative form. How I will write? Now this likes is the verb. This is the verb. We are going to write do not, does not. It depends upon the subject, we can say. Now Reema, I want to write it into negative. Reema does not like. This likes is in simple present tense. That time we are going to use do not or does not. If the verb is in simple present tense, we are going to change, we are going to write it into, we are going to use the words, negative words, that is does not or do not. Then Reema does not like chocolates. Now it came to the original form of the verb. See, does not like. Okay. So does not plus original form of the verb likes. This is original form of the verb and we have changed into like. Here it is simple present tense, here it comes to the original form. So in this way, if it is simple, if the verb is in simple present tense, we are going to use does not or do not. to form the negative sentence. Then one thing you have to remember children, with I, then we, you, they and the other plural subjects, with these all pronouns and with the other plural subjects we use do not. I do not, we do not, you do not, they do not, okay, or any other plural subjects, that time we use do not. But if you are using the other pronouns like he, she, it, all or other singular subject, then we use does not. He does not go to school, she does not like to watch movie, it does not take a time. This verb, for this all pronouns we are going to use does not. So, in this way you will be forming the negative sentence. Now, rewrite the sentences in negative form. Fahim writes well, Fahim does not write well, writes it will become write. I study in his school, I do not study in his school. Swati loves to read, Swati does not love to read. Then she practices tennis every day, she does not practice tennis every day. Means you will be changing that simple present tense, okay, that too in the original form of the verb. Now, next thing is what? If the verb is in simple past tense, if the verb is in simple past tense, how you will write it into negative form? See, Meeta knew the truth, Meeta knew, this is in the past tense, Meeta knew the truth. That time we are going to use the negative words, that is did not. For present tense you are going to use does not and do not, but for the past tense you are going to use did not. Meeta did not knew, Meeta did not know the truth, knew will be know, Meeta did not know the truth. So, how we have formed this sentence? Did not plus know, original form of the verb from knew. In the past tense you are going to use the words that is did not. For present tense does not or do not, and for the past tense you are going to use did not. In this way you will be forming the negative sentences. Exercise C, if you see, rewrite these sentences in negative form. Sonam spoke politely, Sonam did not speak politely, not spoke will be speak. The baby wanted biscuits, the baby did not want biscuits. Sudha danced gracefully, Sudha did not dance gracefully, dance, ed is not there. The bird made a nest in that tree, the bird did not make a nest in that tree. See, wherever I am forcing, whenever I am pressing that word, you remember, you have to remember that we have to change the tense. They sold dry fruits in their shop, they did not sell dry fruits in their shop. In this way, you will be doing with the negative sentences. So, what all things I told you children? See, we use the words like no, not, never, or the other word we use nothing for forming the negative sentences. And I told you, for if the be form of verb is there like am, is, was, are, were, we use the verb is, we use the word that is not. Then we write the short forms also. And if the verb is like we have with have, we have with have, has or had, we use no word, no negative word. Then the other thing is what? If the sentences they can be also written in does not, do not or did not. The other thing is what? If the verb is in suppose the verb they consist of more than word, then that time also we use not word. The other thing, next thing is what? Simple, for simple present tense we use the words does not or do not and original form of the verb. Then in the past tense, if you want to write the negative sentence, we use this did not plus original form of the verb. In this way, you will be forming the negative sentences, and we have done with the exercise. The other thing is what? Imperative sentence. If it is a command, For example, they have given C. Go from here. We put do not at the beginning of the sentence. If we are talking about imperative sentence, see, if you are talking about imperative sentence, for example, they have given go from here. Go from here, this is a command. Now I want to write negative, I want to make it negative. I am not going to say like this, go do not from here. Do not we have used in the middle. Here in case of imperative sentence, do not word will be used first. Do not go from here. Do not go from here. When we use the imperative sentence, we use do not word first in the beginning of the sentence to form the command's negative. Next sentence they have given, see, throw this in the dustbin. Do not throw this in the bin. Now next, rewrite these sentences in negative form. Take this book. Do not take this book. Eat slowly. Do not eat slowly. Keep the book on the table. Do not keep the book on the table. Then give this book to Shalini. Do not give this book to Shalini. So in this way, you will be forming the negative sentences. I hope children you have understood with the negative sentence. It's very easy to understand and it's very easy to form the negative sentence. Now the next part will be, next topic will be seeing or learning about the interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence, from the word itself you can understand that here we ask the questions. Here we ask the questions, that is interrogative sentences. Now what is interrogative sentences will be seeing. If I write this question, am I dreaming, and you will put a question mark because you have asked a question. Then have you seen Sonali? Have you seen Sonali? See, here you have asked the question. These are the interrogative sentences. Why do we call them as interrogative sentences? Because these sentences, they are asking the questions and they have the question marks at the end. They are asking the questions and they are having the question marks at the end. That is why they are called as interrogative sentences. Now we will be seeing how we are going to make interrogative sentences. If you take the be form of verbs, if you take the be form of verbs, that is am, is, are, was, were, then how you are going to form? If you are using this verbs am, is, was, are or were, if you want to form an interrogative sentences, what you are going to do? We put different forms of the verb such as am, is, was or were at the beginning of the sentence to form interrogative sentence. Just now we have seen I am happy. How you are going to say? Am I happy? You are going to use the verb in the beginning of the sentence to form interrogative sentence. Then if you take the other example, are they they were angry. Were they angry? See children, a very easy thing is what? Suppose they have given the sentence like this, they were angry. This is positive sentence, okay? They were angry. You have, if you want to change, if this is assertive sentence, if you want to change, if you want to form for the interrogative sentence, just you have to change the place, okay? See, were will come first here and they here and angry as it is, and then you have to put a question mark. Just this, only this much you have to do. Am I happy? I am happy. So in this way you will be forming the interrogative sentences. Now if you are talking about the sentences which in which we have the verbs like have, if you have the verbs, if you use the verb have, how you are going to form interrogative sentence? How you are going to form interrogative sentence? We will see now. See, I have a pen, okay? you have a pen. Now here you are going to use, if you want to make it interrogative, how you are going to do? Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen? You are going to use the word do you have a pen. The word you are going to use do, and you are going to put a question mark. Then if you are talking about the second person, that is he, she, anybody, that time we are going to use does or did. We have seen the example C. Does he have any pen, or did she have any new dress? In this way you will be forming the interrogative sentences by if the verb is have or has or had. Now when a sentence has verbs made up of more than one word, for example, if you take, we put the first word of the verb at the beginning of the sentence. Now if I take one sentence, Mihir is crying. Mihir is crying. How you are going to form interrogative sentence? This is will come this side. Is Mihir crying? Is Mihir crying? And then you will put a question mark. The girl is reading. Is the girl reading? In this way you will be forming the interrogative questions. You will be asking the questions. Now see, rewrite these sentences as questions. Rewrite these sentences as questions. Monali has a new bag. How you are going to write now? Monali has a new bag. Does Monali has a new bag? And you will put a question mark. Then I am lost. Am I lost? And then you will put a question mark. In this way you will form the interrogative sentences. Now when the verb is in the simple present tense, that time we are going to use do or does and use the original form of the verb. For example, Seema likes ice cream. Here we are going to use do or does. Seema likes ice cream. How you are going to write? Does Seema like ice cream? Now only does word will come. Then Seema like ice cream. Instead of like, it will be, that will be like ice cream. In this way you will form interrogative sentence. You will use does or do for the simple present tense. Same case like negative sentence. You will use do or does, and you will the do or does for the interrogative sentences when we are talking about simple present tense. Now children, if you see, when we are using in the simple past tense, that time we will be using the word did. That time we will be using the word did plus original form of the another verb. Now see here, the police caught the thief. The police caught the thief. I want to write it into past tense. The police caught the thief. Did the police instead of caught, catch the thief. Catch the thief. So here you are going to use the word did when we are talking about past tense. Did the police catch the thief? Now this is did, and then subject is what? The police, this is the subject, and catch is what? Original form of the verb. Original form of the verb. Of the verb caught. This. In this way you will be forming the interrogative sentences. Now children, some things are there. Interrogative sentences or questions can begin with question words. See, sometimes we use the other question words also, like when, where, why, who, whose, or what. They have given, see, what is the time, whose bag are you carrying, where do you study, who is your favorite actor, when is the flight expected to arrive. So here also we use the question words, how, when, what, whose, who, which, where. These are the question words we use here. So in this way there also we have, we can use the question words and we form the interrogative sentence. Now, if you see Rahul is studying, you have to use the word what. What question you are going to form there now. Rahul is studying. What is Rahul doing? Then you will get the answer, Rahul is studying. Then who, that is my father's car. Here whose car is that? Whose car is that? So, you will put a question mark. So, you will be using these question words also. Then now the next thing is what? Important thing is what? Question tags. What is question tags? Question tags are used to confirm the statements that lie before them. Now, if I write a sentence, he is playing well. If I write the sentence, he is playing well. I want to confirm. If I see now, children, even if I am teaching, I will ask you, did you understand, children? Did you means I want to confirm from you that really, or did you confirm that you have understood whatever I have taught. So, you want the confirmation, that is why we use the question tags. Now, here one sentence they have given, he is playing well. He is playing well. And then we have put a question tag, that is, isn't he? I want to confirm that really he is playing well. Yes, he is playing well, and isn't he? Means I want to confirm that really he is playing well or no. Then you are a good player, aren't you? I want to confirm that really you are a good player. Then we are going to use the question tag. So, this is also one thing, one part of the interrogative sentences. Now, children, see one more thing is what? If you see question tags, when do we use the question tags? In example first and second, we see first and second, the question tags are negative while the statement are positive. If you see the question tag is negative and the statement is positive. Okay. Second thing is what? In example, if you take the other example, the question tags are positive while the statement are negative. See, they are not coming. They are not coming. This is also one thing. They are not coming, are they? So, question tag is always, it is not in negative form only, it may be in positive form. If the sentence is in positive form, the question tag will be in the negative form. If the statement is negative, the question tag will be positive. So, this thing you have to remember while writing the question tag. I hope children you have understood all this thing about the interrogative sentence. Remember the thing is what? Positive statement have negative question tag, and negative statements they have positive question tag. Then third thing is what? The subject and the verb of the statement should match the subject and the verb of the question tag. We use the short forms in negative question tags. We use the short forms. Is not he, we do not say. We use the short forms. Isn't he, or are they, or aren't, or won't. We use the short forms for writing the question tags. So, children, we have done with the interrogative sentences. I told you, if interrogative sentence is what? Here we ask the questions, and what we do? We use question tags. If the sentence, we use the question tags to form the negative, to form the interrogative sentence. Also, we use the question words, that is what, which, who, when, etc. All these question words we use to form the interrogative sentences. Also, what we do, if the be form of verbs are there, what we do? We use those be form of verbs first. Okay, I am happy, am I happy? Be form of verbs we use in the beginning of the sentence. Then, if it is in simple present tense, we use do or does. If it is in past tense, we use did, and in this way we try to form the interrogative sentences. I hope children you have understood with what is negative sentence and what is interrogative sentences. You go through the lesson, you practice the exercises, you take your pencil and try to write the answers for the exercises. If you have any doubt, you can call and ask me. Thank you.